How's Annie? How's Annie ever? She's a complete basket case. Oh, don't say that about her. You know she's been through hell. Oh, been through hell until this thing's never gonna be over. And we're realizing it now. These changes, these are all structural changes. Everyone in the world is suffering them. Every government on earth is corrupt as hell. Every financier, all these billionaires, they're turning our lives to garbage. You can see them flooding in day after day. It's literally the worship of money. I know that. I know you're right, and I see it too. And it is the worship of money, but but so nobody cares. I know, and I don't know. Anyways, she's just not good. Well, so we gotta stock up, and there's gonna be another outage. I know there's definitely gonna be an outage. They're gonna take so many power plants out, and the board is vacuous now. It could be either side. I can't stand it. I can't because they're still checking entry. Well, they have a steady, checkpoint, and is what they're doing. They're moving the line, but. And they're putting up fences all over. They're trading, they're buying, and everything's a deal too. Everybody's trading with everybody else. They're just making it's a complete meltdown of order. There's no ethical things. There's I don't know where on this earth there's still ethical things, but it was just like the push of a button. It's like forever what this world is turning into. It's like it's always a new day. It's always, just work, struggle. So you can't do this to us. You can't do. It's like everyone who ever lived is just losing all their savings, every single thing, all their values. They just are trashing them. Oh, no, because someone was unfair to her. Cassie DeGamo. I know, and she's a billionaire. Well, one of her uncle is. Yeah, and someone was unkind to her once 8 years ago, and they literally, it's an unthinking game. It's supposed to be the virtue of great advantages, and it's just turning everything like this, just disgusting. None of the systems are even maintained. Rich areas have theirs. That's it. But who you get the middle areas? They're getting smells from other ones, and some of them are just insanely badly off. Everything's flooding over, flushing in. It's disgusting. The rivers are going back. They removed all the environmental laws. I know. They just dump straight into it. I know. And the apartments, there's some apartments that they don't even know how they got built. They think it's the low folk think it's the uneducated folk think it's a deal with the devil, and I have to say I'm not that unconvinced to myself. That's impossible, but yeah, they're shabby, and they're falling down, and they're falling into the valley and up all along Route 3. It's an absolute nightmare. There's been so many collapses. Sometimes they're mostly I think they've been lucky. There have been a few porches, but there's been big collapses. They say it's only a matter of time. They say that whole place is going to go down at some point. That's good. It's going to be thousands of deaths when it happens. There's nothing, the rains and stuff. But the rains have stopped. They've altered the climate. This is now a drought, but this is the worst drought we've had in 180 years. Just this year, again, after last year, and I think 5 years before. And they say it's never getting better. No, and it's literally the atmosphere is electric. It's filled. Every single thing, all the wires and everything, they're going haywire. The wires themselves aren't even. No, and they're doing this on purpose. Well, they're doing it because the politicians are playing the cuckoo cluck cluck game with each other. You're right. I know. I can't stand them. They are literally trying to. They say they need in back rooms and back. I believe I've heard in the darkest circles of trying to keep everything secret so that it works for them. They're saying that they're getting anything they want based on from trillionaires. There are trillionaires who give them everything for that And no one's ever once seriously proposed blocking them. There's like, I think they say there's 0.3% of politicians are blocking them from, they would limit the money from a billionaire, from up to a billion down to about 500 million. I think there's 3.3%. And so they're just getting whatever they want, everything. They're changing the cities. They want a plasma sea now. They want to change the ocean to plasma to trap all the sea creatures, so you can just rake them with sort of an electric charge, kind of like a killing degree of. Oh, great! Yeah, and how are we going to get the food? Well, then it won't be plasma right after they use it, and they'll just scoop it up and they'll be able to go drive onto the surface. And it's just going to feed they say it could feed 10 times as many people. And that's all they say. They don't think about anything else. They don't care about the planet. I know. It's like, who'd ever care about things like more than that? I don't know. But they're shifting. They're going to allow, there are channels now for, they're afraid that the immigrants don't have boats, and so they're building high-speed bullet trains to bring them in from across the ocean, Africa. You can stick area, but from Europe, so it's mostly just Africa, South America. They're building it's like a 5-lane high-speed bullet train. They want to bring it up to 100,000 immigrants a day by 2050. Oh. And there's no way to house them, and they just want the profits. And so what they did is they recycled. What they do is, to get their way, the trillionaires are recycling and splitting. They're using split fusion sciences. Everybody who challenges them is the same person, is the worst enemy, and they're just flooding everywhere. They're creating chasms and channels of where the bullet trains end. They are hyperspacing it, but they're using the model. They're modeling it on hell, and they're like this. They say they're gonna move the Earth to the other side of the sun. Some point in 2050, it won't really be there, and it's gonna go right through the sun. But it's gonna be use the opposite of the energy, which will just materialize. It will be disregarded for that time, and it will be, and not all their projects will be done. But it's not actually, they don't have good work planners. They don't have a good workforce. And they say the educational levels of people are increasing, but the average IQ that they're testing now is 86 for the United States. It's 86. I think they say it's 93 in Canada, or 95, I don't know. And in some parts of the world, it's not even above 60. But they say they'll be able to train them. They'll be able to stack them in high rises. They have a grid system. It's like they were using great design, and they were making there are beautiful star cities, but many of them are just going to be 100 pegs in a row of like 500 stories each, with these people with IQs of under 60. But they'll know what to do, and they'll be trained, and robots will be like the monitors. Every floor will have a monitor and a sensor. They're sending spaceships to the moon. They're colonizing it. They're like waxing non-existence, and so that they can bring, it's like automatic buttons will be automating hell from Jupiter and Saturn. That means they're going to eventually colonize them, but they actually sound like complete. Some people call them lunatics, or morons. I think they're devils. Some people say they're devils. I think they're just evil. And so all the planet, and they're going to be connected. They're going to create. It's called civilizations from stone. They want to match the great empires that built stone, like Rome and London had a lot of stone, and they're going to be doing. And what they're going to be doing is hypermatrixing what they don't know and what they haven't had time to. It's like they're installing robots who have no idea what consciousness is, but they're already letting them vote. And I think the last vote was a Googleplex to about 6 million. Oh. So that's what's new. What's new with you? Oh, work has been awful. It's like the customers are just crazy. Everyone is like, just arguing. They want faster aisles. There's 300 aisles at the supermarket. It's like they move, and what they do, they randomly move you with like the stab in the back with a poker, and it's kind of scary because it's literally, and it's supposed to be that way because they want to make sure you don't think about how bad it is and what you're doing, and so they use shock techniques. And the products are getting, they wiped out several product bases, and they want to cover that up because I guess they had invited devils into the lowlifes, as I call some of the people who do this, got invited the devils, and they canceled the yogurt department for, it's called ice pain instead of ice cream. Oh, that's disgusting. No, but they did it, and it's like, and like you say, it's a robot cost. And the woman who does it, she thinks she's the biggest, like hot shot on the planet because she goes around for supermarkets doing this, and she's a complete total. I won't say the word, but oh, that sounds horrible. Yeah, and she does that other because that's the whole thing, and that is what the world is becoming, and that is the level and standard of like what's cool, what's cool. It's, who's bad? Like Michael Jackson said in a song. Yeah, isn't that just wonderful? So I think she's a devil. This is terrible. But yeah, and the schools are just, this is, they're just a nightmare, as everyone knows. The daily shootings, 10, 20, 100. Well, they'd expect there's going to be gassings and things not too far in the future, and it's just the highways don't connect, and the trucks are going all over the place. Everybody's house is in error. It's like the plastic robotism is trying to replace it, but since they can't do things in time, even though people are buying the products, it's actually bending the arc of history, and everything that was ever done in history, like is just to stave it off, is being judged by the accusers council, and so that's all being wiped out.